It's late December here in Dildo. Beautiful day though. A bit chilly, hey Drew?
It's a bit on the cold side, yeah.
But but around the boat here we got the fire on, so she'll heat up pretty soon. It's around my Bayfield 23 here. I guess what we want to talk a little bit about today is when I bought the Bayfield.
Oh yeah.
Now you weren't here for first a little bit because you were up in Ottawa.
Yeah.
With your daughter.
I probably would have talked ahead of him.
Doing good. No, you wouldn't. But it was an interesting story how I came across this Bayfield. It's Bayfield 23.
Yeah.
One day this knock came on my door and I went down to this guy who was asking me about my Nordica, which was up in the yard at the time. At the time I didn't have for sale as such, but he was interested in my Nordica. And he's the guy's been sailing for years and he wanted to scale down. He had bigger boats and he wanted to buy little boats. His name was Nelson, very nice guy. Anyway, I told him that I was interested in buying a bigger boat. You know, Nordica was a little too small and now I wanted to get into something bigger. So he kept an eye open for me. And one day, I think probably a couple of weeks later, he sent me a message and said he knew about this guy who had a Bayfield 23 for sale. Yeah. And I couldn't believe my ears. And I first, to be honest, when he said it first, well, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, that's going to be above my budget for sure. But it wasn't. He believed my ears. I pretty much said, yes, I'll take it right away without even seeing it. But I did go look at it. Now, yes, I did get a good deal on it. Looking back at it, but,
yeah, in hindsight.
But at the time,
it didn't look too good.
She didn't look the best, and where the biggest problem was where it was in a guy's backyard, and it was there for probably 10 or 15 years, and the bearings were gone on the trailer, and
all four
bearings were gone. She wouldn't roll. I thought about getting
flat tires.
Oh yeah, she was rough shape.
Yeah,
and that was the big issue, was actually getting her off the property and getting her home.
Parked in a pile of boulders, wasn't it? Or
it was wood and stuff.
Vegetable garden, junk pile.
So we cleaned all that up, and the guy I bought it off, he was a really sweet guy too. He helped us out a nice bit there, and yeah. So once we got her straightened away there, I didn't know how I was going to get her off the land, so I called a boom truck. Thought that might have been a way to get her off, just lift her up, put her on a flatbed, and bring her home. But that would have been expensive. That was probably around $1,000 from a couple of people I talked to about it. So I didn't really want to do that. But you were up in Ottawa, so I didn't know what to do. So I had to wait for you to get home to do much of anything. I knew when you got back we'd figure it all out. Anyway, I bought the boat, and then
we came back. We got the truck and went over and jacked it up. Took off the wheels, replaced all the wheel bearings. Anyway, you'll see it all in the video. It was a full day, full Saturday.
Yeah.
And then when we got it, well, I don't want to tell you too much, you know.
Well,
you see it on the video. You say we were crazy.
I don't show the parts where she came off.
Oh, don't you?
No, I don't incriminate myself. But.
Yeah, it's probably illegal what we did anyway, but.
No, it wasn't illegal.
We did get her home anyway, in one piece, as you'll see on the video. So
we basically dragged her across the barrens.
Yeah, pretty much. And there was rust falling off the trailer all the way.
Yeah,
Anyway.
But we did get her home. I know my son James drove behind us in the car just to watch us, and he said every time she hit a bump, a big pile of rust would fall off on the ground. So
we made it.
We made it. And that's what this video is about, basically. Getting the Bayfield and doing those repairs on the trailer. I mean, we did that while the boat was on the trailer.
Yeah.
Rick jacked her up and replaced the bearings and stuff.
Yeah.
And then by the time we, and getting her home, basically getting her ready to the point where we can put her off in the water.
Yeah.
So this video is about getting her home and getting her ready.
Yeah. Enjoy.
So hope you enjoy it. Yeah. So this is my initial walk around of the boat. Trailer looks pretty solid, even though it looks rusty on the surface. It's all solid beneath. Tire off there. Bayfield was a beautiful design. I really like the Bayfield design, and the fiberglass seemed in good shape. Through holes look good. The prop spun freely, so assume that was a good thing, as nothing was seized there, it seemed like, anyway. Yeah, she looks a little rough, but it's a Bayfield and she's solid, so you know, I'm all in at this point basically. It's just a matter of getting her out of here, getting her on the road and getting her home. And that's some pictures I took of the top side and the inside when I looked at her initially. The axle with the wheel off. So this is the day we went over to do the repairs necessary on the bearing so we could get her moving. And that's one bearing done. All four looked the same when they were finished. 4 wheels on 2 5,500-pound axles.
2 wheels.
2 brand new wheels on there. Now we got to do those too.
Cheers.
And then we pull her out of
Robbins
here.
is better than Tim Hortons.
A plug for Robbins. Now we just got to secure the boat on the trailer there. Then we put the mast inside, nice and tied down and secure. And she rolled away pretty good. Rolled beautifully. My good buddy Tony got a good kick out of it there.
That's good.
Hey Bill, we got our toy. She can't move here.
No, I don't think she's not moving nowhere because we couldn't even pull her when we tried, so she looks good. Yeah, that's great. So before we left, we tied something red on the back so we could be seen. Keeping the rules on the road, of course.
See her in the mirror, huh?
And my wife captured this video as we were driving by our house. We parked her up at Drill's because his land is much flatter than mine and he has a lot more tools than I do. There she goes, looks good. So we got our boat home and now it starts the cleanup. Just getting everything out of here, cleaning her all out, and so we can start to refurb the berth up here with a bit there. Not much going on. Clean all that old carpet up and replace that. Steel stove, some dishes. And down here we have a Fire 7 engine. It's a 2-stroke gas engine. This seems to be okay. Crank turns, no noise, no wobbles, seems good. We'll check that one out later. So right now is just the start of the fun here. Got her in my brother's yard. Right next to his boat. We'll start to fix her up. So today is the day to do some initial cleaning. Just do some vacuuming, get it cleaned out. We've noticed that the toilet here has a bit of a crack in one of the fittings. So I'm going to replace all these holes. And yeah, so just clean a few things out here. Take that old stove, clean it all up. Get the inside in reasonable condition so I can see what we actually got here. And take off that old carpet on the side of the walls. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're back in the boat here. So far everything checks out pretty good. The motor down here, the VAR 7 motor, it's a 2-stroke motor. So it runs when I put a little bit of gasoline down in the cylinder, only till it burns off that gas, and then it doesn't continue going. So I would say there's something wrong with the carburetor. And she's been lying up for a long time now, maybe 8 to 10 years, so it goes the reason I think that the carburetors probably need a good cleaning. So what I'm going to do right now is take the carburetor off and try to get it clean, maybe repair some. I checked online, and apparently there's a membrane down there inside the carburetor that needs maintenance every 4 to 10 years. And I'm sure it hasn't been done in that amount of time. So that's what I'm going to do today. Take off the carburetor and see what's going on there. Also, I took off the old shifter cables off the throttle and the gear stick because they were seized up. Yeah. And that's about it. So right now I'm just going to try to take off the carburetor. And there it is right there. Yeah, full disclosure, we never did take the carburetor off. It was in a very difficult place to get to. You would have had to basically be a snake with arms to get at it. And luckily, when we replaced the hose from the gas tank to the carburetor, as you can tell, she ran beautifully. So there was nothing else required, you know, no work required with the carburetor at all after that.
Machine, you could get that wheat like that too.
That's pretty good. Amazing what a bit of wax can do, eh?
Yeah.
So here we are going up the road. Got our boat all ready to go on the water. Hopefully. That'll be for next time, folks. Thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it. Take care.